Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday the 28th of July 2022. It's Bacchanal Thursday right here on Real Talk, viewers. Now, you know I always say every night, share our live stream. We are on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali. So what you could do, pick up your phone, go on your computer, on your tablet, on your Facebook account, just search Real Talk with Saieed Ali. When it pops up, viewers, you just like and share it. That is all we are asking of you. Same thing on YouTube. Go to your YouTube account, search TT Real Talk. When it pops up, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. So viewers, every night I ask you to do this. The reason for this is to let others know on your Facebook account about Real Talk with Saieed Ali and your friends locally, regionally, and internationally. Hence the reason why we say this. So as we start off our program today, remember I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow is not a problem. You can contact me. You love to smile, I love to lend. So if you're looking for cash, 2386716, 3391670, 267-7325, and you can also contact our South office at 242-7690. Both offices are open from 8:30 a.m. and close at 4:30 p.m. Remember that, viewers, from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Before or after the hours, you cannot get us. We are also offering to the public 3.5% on your hard-earned cash. It is backed by public demand, viewers. So it's yours. You have $100,000. You want to invest it. Contact me, 3391670. We'll set up a meeting. You will come in. You will talk to me. 3 years and over, 3.5%. And it's yours. Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago you are getting those percentage on a return rate in Trinidad. Except Real Talk. Except Real Talk. Only by side. Now, I am a spiritual consultant. You're having spiritual problems? Not a problem. You can contact me. Contact my office. Set up an appointment. We have 2 locations. Our central office is 14 Carolina Savannah Road in Shogunas. And our south office is at 132 Sipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. So viewers, if you have gold and you're looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. We do business. You have a vehicle that you're not owing for. You're looking for cash. We do business. You have house, you have land. We do business. I'm a businessman in Trinidad and Tobago. Everything I do, it is above board, it is on top of the table, and there's nothing under the table. There is no skeleton. I want you to understand that. And I have a name in the public domain, a trusted name. Saieed Ali is a trusted name in Trinidad and Tobago. So as we start off our program tonight, Bacchanal Thursday, the board of the Water and Sewerage Authority, WASA, has been mandated by Cabinet to immediately begin the execution of a transformation plan for WASA, which will start with the cutting of 213 members of the executive team. So 213 members of the executive team will be going home, followed by cuts in an unknown number of WASA staff. Remember when I was telling you, viewers, that certain officials in high places in WASA contacted me and said, Saieed, there are 3,000 to 6,000 workers will be going home. Will be going home. So what I plan to do now is to scatter the numbers throughout the year. So it would look like it's only a little bit, a 200, by a 200, by a 300, until they make up the 6 or 3,000. Imagine that, eh? Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez said, Cabinet approved a transformation plan at its meeting today. WASA has 426 executive members. And the intention is to cut it by 50%, which is 213 managers. The minister said, the cutting of other staff will not be done without discussion with the collective bargain unit. He was reluctant to give a number or percentage of staff cutting, saying he did not want to be prejudiced and the discussion between the board and the union. WASA currently employs close to 5,000 workers. Gonzalez said there is recognition that WASA is overstaffed and that voluntary separation agreements are likely to be part of the discussion. Let me tell you something. You see just how rainfall and water is be flooding, just so people go home from WASA. Take what I'm telling all you. And don't be surprised some other foreign company take it over, eh? Doodly 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 doo doo doo. I love that bird, you know, Navin. I love that bird, you know. Let's look at that. So remember, viewers, WASA will be sending home people like water. But nevertheless, let's wait and see. Now that the S is boss, let's just wait and see what will take place in Trinidad and Tobago and how they intend to send home these 3,000 to 6,000 workers. Take all your time. Take all your time. Or let us see something. My word don't ever fall to the ground, you know. It don't ever fall to the ground. The St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies have said that Chancellor Robert Bermudez has approved a request from the campus to retain current tuition fees for the upcoming academic year. The request was made consequent to feedback from prospectives and current students of the difficult in commuting to registration or registering for the new year, given the uncertainty about the new fees level. Principal Brian Copeland stated that as the campus looked forward to welcoming new and returning students in September, faculty and staff remain committed to serving students and the broader society of the best of their ability. The campus added that this would now ease the mind of prospective students who were unsure if they would be able to afford an increase in fees. Now, viewers, every single thing in Trinidad and Tobago is going up. It is obvious. Universities, private schools, private institutions throughout Trinidad and Tobago, businesses, it is obvious that they are going to raise their price in every single service that is rendered to a citizen in Trinidad and Tobago. You see, I will tell you something. In order to get maths in, everything have to be equal. Gas raise, traveling will raise, warranty on parts will raise, delivery of groceries item to supermarket and to people home will raise. Gas went up, so transportation will go up. That is our main factor. It will go up. And then the groceries will go up. And then tires and parts and clothes and shoes and everything. Everything. So when you hear the ministers and them talking about we only had $1 here and a 50 cent there. Let me tell you something, that 50 cent is a strain on your pocket. That 50 cent is a strain on your pocket because 50 cent with every service. Imagine that. 50 cent on flour, 50 cent on salt, 50 cent on biscuit, 50 cent on rice, 50 cent on dal. Where you get? Where you get? That's $2.50 increase right there in your budget. Call good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Saheed, this water from you're talking about the goods, because I get an water from my neighbor and I want to get my own water, so you could explain what it is about. Hello?
I'm listening to you, go right ahead.
Yeah, I want to know about the water now. How you doing so senior about the water, because I don't have connection.
Leave your number with my operator and tomorrow we'll talk. Thank you so much. So viewers, everything does go up automatically when gas raised. So when you have ministers coming out and tell you, well, we had to raise it because of this and because of... No! Nowhere in the Caribbean gas price raised, only in Trinidad. Only in Trinidad. And I've been saying this time after time and time after time. But nevertheless, while COVID-19 cases decrease in the Americas, for the first time in 5 weeks, the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO Director, Carissa, now saying, has urged countries to remain alert to COVID-19, such as monkeypox, which was declared a public health emergency. So let's hear that? Let's hear that? PAHO, in some countries, has declared monkeypox a public health emergency. So how the hell now, in Trinidad and Tobago, we have the Prime Minister saying that violence is a public health emergency? Is violence part of health emergency? No! PAHO said, monkeypox. It is what? It is a disease. Since it is a disease, it falls under health. And what you would get? Public health emergency. It have nothing to do with violence, Trinidad and Tobago. Touch my back. Imagine that, eh? Caller, we have a call. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, sir.
My friend, how are you?
I am pretty well. Good.
Nice, glad to hear that.
I want to tell you something. I love Rowley.
I know that. I'm a self-lovely man.
Only thing good about Rowley is what he's doing now. Privatize every state enterprise because there are a lot of bloodsuckers in it. You know, by Orange Grove Savannah there, they send about 25 fellas to fix one little leak. A man take up a broom handle, shove it,
I would not doubt that.
And it stops the leak. And they send about 25 of them, so automatically they should send home 6,000 of them. Yeah, that's too much. Every single thing needs privatizing in this country. Only bloodsuckers.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Now, despite an overall drop in COVID-19 cases in the region, Dr. Carissa warned that cases remain high, with countries reporting 1.6 million new infections over the past week. In the Caribbean, hospitalization continued to increase in Cuba, Guadeloupe, French Guyana, and Trinidad and Tobago. While, however, nearly all cases so far have been reported among men who have sex with men between the ages of 25 and 40. The director warned against stigma and discrimination, underscoring that anyone, regardless of their gender or sexual orientation, can get monkeypox. Well, that is surprising to the world. PAHO continues to work with members of state on COVID-19 response and has also urged guidance of health workers to manage monkeypox cases and prevent further infection. Whew, that was a hot topic. Trinidad and Tobago, that was a hot topic. So we are going for a short commercial break, but nevertheless, after this break, we're going to continue our program. 2386716 is our number to call in after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Remember, viewers, only at Real Talk Group of Companies you're getting 3.5%. Only at Real Talk Group. You know, it gives me great pleasure to say this night, but very soon we have credit union, you know. Hopefully in September, you know. I'm telling all you, license on its way. Here, you see just our push for laws and legislations and get certain things changed in Trinidad and Tobago. Well, I hear, viewers, pretty soon we're going to change banking, the way bank do business. Pretty soon we're going to change that in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm here to make a name, you know. And thus far, Real Talk with Saieed Ali has been the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Thanks to the Almighty. And thanks to you for making us the #1. I always say just share our live stream, you know. That is all I say. Share our live stream. So we're going to get Terence Dialsing. The Minister of Health has stated that while there are no cases of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago, the country's health system is prepared in the event a case is imported. Let me tell you something, Dialsing. I, Saieed Ali, a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, does not believe in one thing you are telling the citizens of our country. You know why? We had COVID-19. We had COVID-19. And you came out, and you're gallivant, and you're this, and you're that, and you're the next, and you're managing until we capsized. Until we capsized. Now you come out and say now we are prepared in case of an imported case. He stated that the country has fulfilled the World Health Organization recommendation for countries which have not experienced a case of the virus. You see, monkeypox is a virus. It will fall under public health emergency. Violence is not a virus, therefore it does not fall under public health emergency. Violence gone run amok in Trinidad and Tobago would fall under SOE, state of emergency. But we have some people in high places who have, because they have a title, well, you know, I am the Prime Minister, talking nonsense. They're talking nonsense for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, but because they have the ministership now, everything them say we had to do. Hey, jump off the cliff, all right, bang. And that is we. And that is we. Last general election, we had the opportunity to make a change, and what we do? We went back to eating boulders. Who vex loss, you know? I'll talk plain, you know. Who vex loss, you know? I do business, you know. Because at the end of the day, you strive for betterment. You expect better condition. You're looking forward for a brighter future for your children. You eat boulders for 5 years, you get the opportunity now to eat a bread. And what you do? Well, you know my teeth sharpen, so I could eat the boulders. You eat the boulders. The other thing said, preparation began after a meeting with Kafa, Pahu, on May 20th, which includes bringing a note to cabinet to have monkeypox listed as a dangerous infectious disease, bringing it under the Quarantine Act and the Public Health Regulation. So hear this. They're going to Parliament. They bring it under the Quarantine Act and the Public Health Regulation. So how the hell now in Trinidad and Tobago we have so much of crime and the police them Jacob like why not bring violence in Trinidad and Tobago under the SOE? And then all of us say, you stupid, you know. Hear how you bashing them for nothing. Who stupid, me or them? Violence come under what? Public health or SOE? Who more stupid now? Who more stupid? The other thing said, TNT falls into the WHO Group 1 of countries, that is, state parties with no history of monkeypox or not having detected a case of monkeypox for over 21 days. I thought it was 21 years. He said there were 9 action items which the WHO said should be carried out by these countries. Listen to our handsome health minister.
We are in Group 1. What are the characteristics of Group 1 that defines whether you're in Group 1, Group 2, 3 or 4? Group 1, states parties with no history of monkeypox. So that's us. We don't have a history of monkeypox in the human population, or not having detected a case of monkeypox for over 21 days. So we have never had a case, so that also applies to us. Therefore, that places Trinidad and Tobago in Group 1. Group 1 states therefore have 9 action items from 1A to 1I to implement.
Now viewers, these include establishing health and multi-sectoral coordination mechanisms that strengthen all aspects of readiness for responding to monkeypox and intervention to avoid the discrimination against any individual or population group that may be affected by monkeypox. Caller, good night.
A very good evening to you, Mr. Said.
To you, my friend. Hey, my friend, before you go further.
Yes, sir.
Monkeypox, WHO has declared on a public health emergency. How are we going to class violence in Trinidad and Tobago? Go right ahead.
Well, regardless of what the criminologists sometimes say, I don't believe it have a correlation. Crime is crime and a disease is a disease. I can't see the correlation. So, boys, a bunch of comedians, yes?
Talk to me.
What I want to say is that in San Fernando, there, I think Junior Grello, they renamed a street around Shorty Eye. I grew up with Shorty Eye. I know the times and the days, you know, where they drag all the nice tunes and whatnot. But anyhow, you know what looked very dotish and distasteful? I am for it all well and good. They had Moko Jumbies and they had people in costume and they had whatnot and things before they actually revealed the new name on the street, the road sign. You know, after spending all that money to have that fanfare, you know what they had covering the name? Would you believe a black garbage bag?
Wow.
A black garbage bag. That looks so distasteful. A black garbage bag out of everything. But they gotta buy a yard of cloth or some kind of thing they gotta do, not a black garbage bag. And my last point is, well, I understand WASA to send home 213 managers.
Yep.
Well, a little sorry and whatnot and thing, but what I want to know is, over the years, this poor service we have been getting, what these 213 managers was managing.
Correct. Well said.
Have a great evening, sir.
Thank you, my friend. Well said. Well said. Staying with the Alsing. He also added that the Cora Hospital has been identified as a main site in Trinidad, which will be used to house any monkeypox patient who needs hospitalization. He said there will be no mixing of COVID-19 and monkeypox patient in any facility. Listen to him.
The cabinet note which I took, which was approved, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago, Cora has been designated as the facility to treat with monkeypox. And I think you asked a very good question. There will be no mixing of COVID patients and monkeypox patients in any facility.
Now, viewers, the Alsing, however, noted that while fever screening at ports of entry continues, there were no screening tests for monkeypox. They are saying we're ready and we're ready. I will say that again. While there were fever screening at ports of entries continue, there were no screening tests for monkeypox. Trinidad and Tobago, they are saying said we're ready. Didn't you hear the video clip just now? The man said we're ready. But there's testing for fever, but there's no testing for monkeypox. He also added that there were no plans to issue travel restrictions at this time. Listen to this boy. I don't know how to call this man again. Listen to him.
So the port of entry screening for fever has never been suspended. We started that with COVID, if I remember correctly, in February of 2020, and it continues. But that is for fever. There is no screen for monkeypox at ports of entry. It's a screen at the airports and ports of entry. At this point in time, there is no consideration at the Ministry of Health to recommend any travel restrictions at this time.
Let me just read back a story for you all. Let me get it. So viewers, when we come back from this break, I go into this story and you will hear something after this break.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Real Talk Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716. 339-1670 or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
So now viewers, just before we went to the break, the other thing further noted that there were fever screening at port of entry. It continues. But there were no screening tests for monkeypox. When we started off the show, I told you all, Health Minister Terence Yalsing have stated that while there are no cases of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago, the country's health system is prepared in the event a case is imported. So if we're not testing for it, how do we know what to prepare for? Which come first? The book or common sense? Which one come first? Is it the book or common sense? But nevertheless, I'm going to leave all over that. That is how caring our health minister is. That is how caring. And all I want to tell me, Saieed, now, I mustn't bash the PNM. All you're telling me, Saieed, now, I mustn't loud up Terence Yalsing. All you're telling me, Saieed, now, anything Terence Yalsing say, I must say hooray. Health facility in Trinidad and Tobago ready for monkeypox. But they're screening for fever in the airport. They might screening for monkeypox, you know. They're screening for fever. But the health facility now, they're prepared for monkeypox. Let me tell you something. We living in a black bag, and very soon the black bag will burst. And you know where it's going? Down in the ghetto. Hooray, Terence Yalsing. Well done. Well done. You're doing a great job in health. You could not be more illiterate than that. But nevertheless, let the people judge you. You have a call? Call a good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
This is not Dialsing alone. The entire government. The entire government has neither book nor common sense. Oh, you know what is disgraceful, Saieed? When you have the Minister of Works, Rohan Sinana, come in and say they don't have funding for roads.
Correct.
Isn't that disgraceful? So I don't know, so much billions, they have spent. They have so much drawdown from the heritage and stabilization fund. They get so much a grant from here, there, and everywhere. And look at the condition. I think we are the worst in the world. And then you're telling me, the people in communities, any old material gets to your house or whatever, you have to see to fix road. And this man's so ridiculous. But where did they get money to build all those swimming pools for their people? Where did they get money to give so much a grant to their supporters? And things like that. And people have to suffer. This is disgraceful. It's clearly shows mismanagement. This government does not have a clue, sir. They does not have a clue. They're taxing people to get you living in substandard condition. This is a case I think like former Attorney General AG should take up, Mr. Ramloga, and I'm calling on him, sir. We people are suffering, sick patients. You go to the government hospital and the drugs that is being prescribed. No hospital pharmacy have it. You have pensioners. They got to stress, they got to pension, they get to get medication. And yet this government has been spending so much. This is something you must look into, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, my friend. So here it is now, viewers. Just as the Ministry of Health had to destroy hundreds of vials of Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine after they expired on June 30th, it is likely it will do the same as for the pediatric vaccine, or the pediatric version, come October this year. Minister of Health Terence Yalsing said the only COVID-19 vaccine approved for children aged 5 to 11 years in TNT would expire in October 2022. While the Sinopharm and Johnson & Johnson vaccine for adults expires in March 2023, Dayal Singh also believes that there would be excess vaccine. He had that given the current rate of uptaken, there will be vaccine that will not be used. Listen to Health Minister.
So I'll give you the expiry dates of our we have three brands of vaccines in the country for COVID-19. The Pfizer Pediatric, which expires, is it October 2022? October 2022. At the current rate of uptake, of course, we're going to have excess. And then we have Sinopharm and Johnson & Johnson expiring around March 2023. And given the current rate of uptake, yes, there will be some at the current rate of uptake that will not be used. So that's the expiry dates for the current stock of vaccines.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, the DRC reported that only 2,687 children took those vaccines up to yesterday. He did not report any significant change in COVID-19 vaccination as the countries remained at 51.1%, the same as last week. There are 715,336 fully vaccinated people. Only 147 people took shots yesterday, which include booster. So far, 167,163 people have gotten booster shots. The other thing further states, the appreciation goes out to those who have been boosted. However, he continued to urge people who are eligible for boosting, please get boosted. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed, the original vaccine imitation vigor.
Dr. Man.
I want to share a tear for the thing, you know. I want to cry whole night because I ain't think we're ready for monkeypox, you know, because they don't have a plan. You know what was the plan for COVID? Do nothing and hope for the best. This is exactly what they're doing. And I'm coming back. You know why they had to throw away vaccine? You know something about procurement, the procurement law? If that was in place, they would have had to account for everything. Not because they get it free. You could throw it away.
Correct.
But you had to buy some.
Yes.
So procurement legislation, you see how critical it is? You have to force them to do the right thing, the right projections, all the logistics. Logistics and procurement thing is a very good thing, you know. The other thing I want to spend a little time on, you see, celebration of yesterday, that famous 1992? Yes. It is a sad day, 20-something lives was lost. But there is another incident similar to that, Emailgate in 2013. The two issues was power and greases. One was by the guns, and one was by using parliament to overthrow a government. None of these issues that occurred, people were basically held account to. The Prime Minister went into Parliament and he got away scot-free. He was the opposition, he became Prime Minister, so he got benefit. They awarded him for that. The DPP still have to make a pronouncement on Emailgate. You had somebody that go on a raise, this on a raise. One of the DPP recused themselves and she has made a thing. Why are they still having that issue pending? I can't understand. We can't move forward when you have people who want to hold on to power and when they make excuse, they are not held accountable. Look what happening for Trump. We had to use America. They want to jam him if he do something wrong. And likewise, we should have allowed the process to go through and held the current Prime Minister to account for all of that. We have to change the laws, constitution. People had to pay for the wrongdoing. Look what the Sacharma issue. You have a Privy Council make a pronouncement on an AG, a former AG, the Law Association, and nothing. They're supposed to hold him across the coals and roast them. I go on. Have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. Now, viewers, going back to the Alsing, he continued to urge people who are eligible for booster, please get boosted. Listen to this.
So there is not much change on the COVID vaccination front. Yesterday, we did a total of 147 doses. That includes boosters and so on. Still very low. 715,336 persons, that is 51.1% of the population, are completely vaccinated. Thank you to those 715,000 persons. 167,163 are boosted. Our appreciation goes out to them, but as we asked last week, we urge people who are eligible for vaccine, for boosting, especially those over 18, to please get boosted.
Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, sir. Now listen to me. Isaac Kalal, why can state as a thief? No, the government complaining they don't have money to do patch road, they don't have money to do this, they don't have money to do that. But where they can find $380,000 to give each one of these people their party hat? Why they can find that kind of money for? And only the party hat. You know, if Tamla was in power and had given that money to 20 Indian people, you know they would have been putting money in the town?
Thank you, my friend. Ola, here is Bakanale. Ola just want to know why I quarreling with ministers that not acting in their portfolio. Ola they say Saieed mad, Saieed just feel to talk, Saieed just bashing the PRM administration. Listen this. Minister of Rural Development and Local Government Election, Faraz Al-Rawi, have admitted that through the CHIT blood donation system, patients sometimes get contaminated blood, and in one case, a child died. Encouraging eligible members of the public to become non-remunerated blood donors, Al-Rawi said, as a lawyer, he has had a significant amount of interaction with litigations concerning blood. Listen to this.
So there is a mischief that we are seeking to solve today. That mischief is to move away from a CHIT system of blood donor arrangements, where somebody you know is having surgery and then you have to get a bank of people to go and give you blood, and they all have CHITs, and if you swap one in, you get one out. That's the current system.
Now listen to this. During his tenure as AG, Al-Rawi said he had to deal with a case in which a young child who underwent a blood transfusion contracted HIV and subsequently died. Al-Rawi added that data shows that the CHIT system resulted in jeopardy. Listen again.
The data tells us why the CHIT system results in jeopardy, why the CHIT system does not produce the best bank of blood available, and why it is that we need to remove people away from the drama and anxiety and desperation of shopping for blood. Because that is ultimately at the human level where this tragedy lies.
So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back,
are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Real Talk Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan? only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, we are giving you 3.5% on your hard-earned cash on a 3-year on over fixed deposit system. Also, remember, I'm a licensed money lender. If you want to do business, it's not a problem. You have gold, you have house, you have land, you have car. We do business. And remember, we also buy and sell vehicles. Hey, just get the picture of the vehicles and them there. We also buy and sell vehicle, viewers. So if you have a vehicle to sell, you're looking for cash on the spot, not a problem. So I have this lovely Mercedes-Benz. It's a 180 compressor Mercedes-Benz. It is just buy and drive. Buy and drive. We also have a Mazda Axela. It's a beautiful vehicle. It is in proper working condition. And it will be best suited for a woman driver. And we also have an executive Range Rover. Autobiograph Vogue Range Rover, 33,000 kilos, viewers. 33,000 kilos. So those of you interested, you can contact my office at 238-6716, 267-7325, or 339-1670. So as we go back to Faris, I just want to highlight something. Listen to this, Faris said, during his tenure as AG, he had to deal with a case in which a young child who underwent a blood transfusion contracted HIV and subsequently died. Al-Rawi added that data shows that the cheat system resulted in jeopardy. Now, listen this. Al-Rawi said, since his tenure as AG, the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago, this matter happened. How much years in the future they decided to bring this now into the public domain, saying that the cheat system failed. Saying the cheat system affected everyone, including babies and mothers. He said the importance and impact of the voluntary blood donation system has a transfusion or transformation for lives. There's a transformation for lives. But the system failed. According to the AG, the system failed. When he was an AG, he encountered this. Now he's the local government minister, and they now choose to bring out this in the public domain. Well, let's talk to my people. Call her good night.
Present, good night, my lord. How are you going? Premier.
Brahim, how are you going? How do I treat you?
I like your Bible. But here, let me tell you what to start with. I lost my bite. I get snake bite.
When you went to get snake bite?
I was climbing coconut tree, but the snake bite on my foot, boy. My 2 toes swell up. But it's not a bad snake, it's not a snake. I get medicine, but I can't move up good, boy. When I'm walking in some hill, they send me to walk and pressure with my 2 foot, boy. But I ain't giving up. I have faith with the master above. But you see this government, what they do, and put me that 3 days, and how we hot in these garbage men, and them, how they have to work and survive for 3 days, and them would have 7 days work and 7 days meal for themselves. One to we with nobody to God make what God make all of we too, for purpose too, not only them. They must learn to understand what's going on right now. If we're going down the road like we can't go up again, it's down we're going.
Thank you, Prem. Yeah. Now, viewers, the AG, he stated that this means a better quality of blood on a regular cycle basis, which means taking persons away from the indignity of begging for blood, and worse yet, getting the wrong type of blood. Listen to this.
I don't want us to lose the import and impact of what we're doing. The import and impact is that this has a transformation for lives. Better quality blood on a regular cycle basis means that we're going to have a chance of less contamination or less than adequate supply, which means that we take people away from the indignity of begging for blood, and worse yet, getting the wrong type.
So how long now have this been going on in Trinidad and Tobago with the CHIT system of blood donation? How long? Since he was an AG, in his tenure, he had to deal with a case. Now he's not the AG of Trinidad and Tobago, but the Minister of Local Government. How long under his tenure did this happen? Mr. Former AG, how much months or how much years into you being the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago did this event happen? And you now choose to talk about it since you are not the AG of Trinidad and Tobago. Surprising, people? Very, very surprising. As we move on from that, former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith and opposition MP Dr. Rudal Munilal is now blaming the government for the mishandling of crime, which has resulted in 100 or more murders from January to July 23rd than for the same period last year. In 2021, between January to July, TNT recorded 206 murders. For the same period in 2022, the country recorded 307 murders. And what did the cop say? Crime under control. Crime under control. But you know what? Crime falls under public health emergency. And monkeypox, who was declared by PAHU public health emergency. So we have disease and crime falling under public health emergency. Hey, we ain't play have some smart people in power, you know. We ain't play have some smart people in power, you know. And then all of this is side bashing. Nevertheless, contacted for comment, Munilal said, the government incompetence is illustrated in its mishandling of the crime crisis, and added that the government is also driven by spite instead of a will to improve the quality of citizen lives. In an interview, Griffith said, the reduction in crime in 2020 and 2021 should be like to COVID-19 restrictions. He also condemned the government for having a reactive response to crime and criminality. Griffith questioned why the government refused to continue with its effective blueprint of police development during his time as commissioner to keep crime under control. He further accused the government of spitefully dismantling programs set up by him and blame a lack of leadership in the police service for the spiraling crime. Wow. What's my name? Israel Bacchanal, you know. Israel Bacchanal, you know. What we going on? Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association, that is the TTMA, has said that it notes with some concerns the illicit trade activities continue to adversely affect the country's social and economic progress, as evidenced by the increase in violent crime. Even TTMA talking about it. The TTMA stated that recently Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley said that the dramatic escalation in violent crime is now at crisis level. And he admitted that there were plans to declare it a public health issue. There were plans to declare it as a public health issue. How in God world you're going to call crime public health issue? Let me tell you something. Only in Trinidad you hear them kind of donkey logic. Only in Trinidad you're hearing those donkey logic. You think you could go Guyana and hear crime is a public health emergency? You think you could go Barbados or Grenada and hear crime is a public health emergency? No, only in Trinidad. Suicide, don't say that. Well, I just said it. I just said it. TTMA President Trisha Kosal said she agrees that crime and violent crime is an extraordinary high level and calls for the government to ensure borders and equity. Sometimes I doesn't like to hear how these people be talking, you know. I doesn't like to hear how these people talking, you know. To ensure borders and adequately patrol to specifically prevent illicit trade activities which are linked to serious crime from occurring. We have Fitzgerald Hines, the Minister of National Security, saying to us as a citizen, it is not his job to keep the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago safe. So if we have the Minister of National Security saying that, we're talking about the Minister of National Security. We're not talking about a private security firm. We're talking about national security. We're talking about security for the citizens. We're talking about security for the old age in society. We're talking about security for the business owners. We're talking about security for the home owners. We're talking about security for the taxi drivers. We're talking about security for the school children who travel from point A to point B. But yet, this Minister of National Security says it is not his job. Saieed, you mustn't say them things. They are ministers. You must respect them. Let me tell you something. They could resign. They can't be going on the road and get an accident. They don't bother me. You have a job to do. Your job as the Minister of National Security is to secure security for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Are they talk now? Are they talk now? Like I said, I didn't come here to make friends, you know. If I was dependent on people, let me tell you something. If I was dependent on sponsors to sponsor my program, let me tell you, watch me, the first month in this 4 years, I'd be out of television. Out of television. But he that is planted by the waters shall bear fruit in his season, and he shall bloom where the nation would see him. Ila matrka ba'il undo ruhopa ala illa anta. I am who I am, and when I am called to lead, I will lead. Viewers, you have been viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. It's been a pleasure being here on this Thursday night. Remember, our rerun of this program is tomorrow, Friday, the 29th. From 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Until then, be safe, enjoy the night. Until we meet for Fire Friday, have a blessed night.